Hi everybody, Judy Parcell here. I have a little video I want to do on a new product. It's new to me, product that I found. And I was in Dollar General the other day and I picked up a set of these paint sticks. And it says ages 3+, so I figured I could probably figure it out. These are sort of like a lipstick. You take the cap off and they're like crayons. They just smear like really good crayons, but they're water-based. So I made a couple of test sheets with them. This one is on plastic paper that I normally use for alcohol inks, and I just wanted to see how it would spread with water, and it does a pretty good job. There's not a lot of pigment to it, but it's interesting. Then I put it on a piece of regular cardstock, and you'll notice that the original Dada color I put on is still there. But it does thin out with water, and I found that quite interesting. So I thought, well, I'm going to move on to an actual project. No, wait a minute. Before I do that, I want to tell you about this. So I saw someone demo a thing called water-soluble pastels. And they demoed this online, and I decided to buy them. These were $18 and has 12 colors in it. Made in Shanghai. Anyway, let's see, get rid of this. I did the color chart on it, and again, it doesn't have a whole lot of pigment, and these are considered watercolors. It came with this, which is broken, but I got a ton of these water brushes. I don't use them very much. I'd rather use a regular brush. I don't know why, but I don't know. I just feel a regular brush is easier. And then it came with a really neat erase, what do you call this, sharpener, so I can keep them pretty sharp. Not a problem, it works really well. And I decided to do a full project of them. So this is the product. This had very good ratings on Amazon. That's where I got it. And so here's the project. I put this drawing, I drew it in pencil first, Moon and Stars, my favorite theme. And I took, this is on 140-pound cold press watercolor paper from Strathmore. So that's pretty good quality. So all I did was I just used it like crayon all over the place. And I wanted to see how it would blend, so I made sure the colors cross-pollinated here. So I went from this purple to this pink to like a turquoise blue, then a yellow, and I made sure they crossed each other. And then I just added water to it, and I got this. Of course, it was interesting because when I was up here, I noticed that the purple was uneven. But if I went in a second time, it would ignite more pigment, and I could fill in the whiter areas. But it's still not real consistent in color. But that's all right, it's a watercolor. Then I got a piece of Strathmore Bristol board, and it's very smooth. It's one of my favorite papers to work on, because if I wanted to, I could do oils on this. It is so super smooth. And I was able to apply this much thicker on here. And the reason I wanted to do that was to see if I could get more pigment out of it. And I just did a little bit. I didn't go all the way down the page. But using the colors in the same order. And see, it just really looks different here. Now this one I've already applied the water to. And this one I'm going to apply the water to. I'll be back with you in a minute. Okay, I'm back. And I'm really excited to see how this is going to work when I apply water to it. So I'll start at the top, and we'll see what happens if it really ignites a lot of pigment. Can you see that? It's a shadow. There we go. That's much better lighting. It's a lot smoother, this paper is, but it looks like it is going to have white spots like the other one, only a smoother white spots. And you know, for a long time I've resisted these long bristle brushes, and this is the first time I've used one, and I really like them for getting into corners in places I couldn't. They're pretty incredible. I don't know why I put it off for so long. Anyway, this is pretty good. Well, I definitely have more pigment on this with the smoother paper, and that's good. Now, if I had bought a more expensive set, I probably could have gotten a blue, but this was the closest thing to blue they had in this set. So I didn't want to pay $150 jillion for a set and not like it. Always when I'm trying a new product, I get the small set first. See if I even like it, because I don't want to get stuck with art supplies and be unhappy. It's kind of a paint. It looks just like watercolors. Now I'm painting this on a tilted surface, so I've got to be careful not to let that drool down there, the water. The water stays on top of this paper, so I may not need as much water. This is all an experiment. It's funny, when I put my hand on the paints, they feel waxy to me. But if they were waxy, I couldn't get the pigment. So, kind of a miracle product, I think. Now I'm going to work down to where the blending takes place, and then I'm going to shut the video down and finish it and then show you the end product. But I want to work down here, and we'll see how the blending works on this. Let's finish this up first. pink, and then I'll work up into the purple, and I'll clean my brush because I want to work up into the pink or into the purple from the pink, because I don't want to get a lot of purple pigment down in the pink. Now let's see how that blue does. I'll finish this first. Now, one of the things I found out about the crayons is I can't get in real close on a pencil edge, so I knew I could probably paint and make up the difference. Now, before I do this, I'm going to work out of the blue into the pink and see it. Oh, look at that. Just blend pretty good. Yeah, look how I can come down and put a little of that pink in there on the blue and get kind of a purple cast. That's interesting. Little blotty blotty. Now let's see how I'll finish this up, and then we'll see how the green does. I think one of the funnest things about painting is all the experiments I do. I find those just as fascinating as producing a piece of art. Sometimes I like my art, sometimes I don't, and it's okay because I didn't find any other artists that didn't experience the same thing. You know, that isn't bad. Not bad at all. So I think I'll finish this up, but I wanted to show you that they do blend pretty well. I don't want to bore you by doing the whole thing here, but I'll come back to you and show you what I came up with as the end product. Talk to you later. Okay, I'm back. So the first one I showed you was on this 140-pound Strathmore watercolor paper, and it's kind of grainy because the texture is kind of grainy. And I found, just to repeat this, I found those little sections of ink that were clinging to the nappiness. If I came back in with water, I could reignite them and thicken it up. In this smooth thing with the Bristol board, I got a whole different feeling because it was smooth, and when I administered it, I did it in a circular motion. I think between the two, excuse me, between the two, you can definitely see the difference in the texture because of the paper. Also, this looks more red than this, maybe due to the paper. I don't know, it's the same colors. So anyway, I was really pleased with the results on the Bristol board. and all the colors mixed and blended well. And the other thing I found out was, see if I can get this out, come on, okay, was in these white spots, I could just go in after it was dry, if this was what I wanted to do, and just use this like a color crayon and fill it in more. So maybe that's why it's called a color crayon, but yeah, I could smooth it out more if I so wanted to. Anyway, that's my conclusion on this product. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed that. And I will talk to you later. Thank you for coming to my studio.